hopefully, this plan of mine works. Well, while I'm usually fairly confident in my abilities, this is far beyond anything I've had to deal with before. Though, I feel a bit more at ease, having you at my side. I mean, you've already proved yourself as my protector. Not to mention, I can trust you to keep this mess on the more secretive side. Any of the guards that work for my father would likely tell him what I'm involving myself in. I don't mean to leave my father in the dark, but I want to be sure I'm onto something before I tell him a bunch of nonsense and get him worried about my safety. If the danger is real, I will talk with him. At that point, it would be the best if House Gaspari was on guard, just to be safe. Now, when we arrive at the Castello, I'll do the majority of the talking. They will already be familiar with me after all the visits I've been making as of late. Worry not. I already thought of an excuse as to why you're accompanying me. Just act as you usually do. Thank you again. At some point, I'll have to get used to mounting and dismounting a horse on my own. I feel like a bother forcing you to attend to me every time we venture out. I certainly hope you don't mind it. I doubt I'll be lifting myself up onto the saddle alone anytime soon. And the gowns I wear certainly work against me in that regard. True. Your weighty armor must be something you actively work against when hoisting yourself up into place. I suppose we all have our detriments, as different as they are. Now, come along. About time we get to the task at hand. Good morning, Lady Gaspari. A delight to see you again. May I ask whom is joining you today? Of course you may. My father thought it was best for me to have an entourage when I venture out alone. I, of course, protested for a while. However, with all of this dangerous business occurring in the past couple of months, I finally thought it was best to at least have a single guard by my side. My knight recently returned to town after years of training. I could think of no one better to keep me safe. Of course, my lady. Though, I do hope you don't feel threatened within the walls of the Castello. I assure you my comrades and I do our utmost to keep everyone safe. And you all do a wonderful job. He is mainly here to protect me from the vagrants in the city. However, if you have no further inquiries, then I must attend to my business here before it gets too late. Oh, yes. Apologies for keeping you, Lady Gaspari. Have a good day. Thank you very much. There's one hurdle over with. Now to try and track down these questionable servants. I do remember them, albeit faintly. Let me think. One was a man, and the other was a woman. The man had dark brown hair, and he was fairly built, but not quite like you. The woman had blonde long hair, and she was slender. Nothing else too distinct about her other than her voice. I don't know how to explain it, it's just different. If we find her, you'll realize what I'm talking about. My only lead on where to find them is the gardens. When I was eavesdropping, I heard them mention meetings there previously. Perhaps they use it as a reoccurring meeting place? Regardless, it's the only place I can think to look right now. Let's be off. Why did you... There's people here. Where? That's her. One of the servants I saw. But I don't know who that man she's speaking with is. Too well dressed to be a servant, but I can't place him in any of the noble circles I'm acquainted with. Though I hardly know every noble in Stelios. If only we could get close enough to listen. But I don't think my gown or your armor is well suited to sneaking about. What do you think we should do? Wait for the meeting to finish and then ambush her? All right. Thank goodness you're with me. Well, I highly doubt anyone would be intimidated by someone like me. What am I supposed to do in a fight? Pull out a chessboard and challenge them to the death? Oh, of course. That's how I'll get to the root of this mystery. Just duel everyone in chess until I learn all of their secrets. They must be finished now. The man started walking away. Shall we go ahead and... oh, you're already going. Okay. May I help you, sire? Actually, I am the one that wishes to speak with you. Of course, Lady Gaspari. What do you wish to speak of? Come now. There's no need to play the part of a fool. You and I both know there's something afoot, and I have an inkling you know far more than you're letting on. Whispering about the Davide family in shadowy corners and meeting up with strange visitors in the Castello gardens. Hardly the typical actions of a common servant. In all politeness, my lady, nothing is afoot here. I understand that the tragedy has taken a toll on Averunca, and even now citizens are still recovering from the severity of the crime, but I haven't been up to anything. I'm hardly the first individual to theorize on what happened to the family, and that man was merely a visitor to the Castello that requested something of me. Nothing more. No. I heard the words that came from your lips that night. You said, "There's been an unfortunate problem. When we went back to deal with the bodies, we realized the youngest of the family wasn't there. There is no possible way you can simply explain this away. You were there. Stop lying. Look, if you know what's good for you, you'll stay far, far away from all of this." Oh, calm down, big boy. I'm not going to attack your lover. Though, if you really wanted to keep her safe, you'd lock her away in that manner of hers before she gets far too curious for her own good and gets herself killed. You can stop with these petty attempts at trying to scare us off. You think I'm lying, don't you? You don't realize who you're messing with. Assassinating the Davide family is just the beginning. A single cog in a far grander machine. Only they know the extent to which their reach will expand. And they didn't get to the position they're in by being kind and caring. Oh no. No one escapes their grasp. Everyone who's tried was just crushed. Delicate little birds are never allowed to fly away. So instead, we do what is asked of us and keep the flow of precious secrets trickling down to them. Has someone threatened you to do their bidding? If that's the case, House Kaspari has the resources to keep you safe in return for information. No, that won't work. Look, what you should do is avert your eyes and relinquish the secrets you have back to the wind, so they blow away. Maybe then you can live out the rest of your days in peace. There is no peace in blatantly ignoring issues going on around me. Then you've signed a death warrant. Enjoy. You can threaten me as much as you like, Knight. My lips are sealed. If you won't speak on who you're working for, then at least tell us who you were meeting with. We've seen his face. It isn't like he can just hide away. Oh, worry not. He has no intentions of hiding, my lady. In the coming days you'll learn his name, at the same time as everyone else. I wouldn't say I'm speaking in riddles, Sir Knight. Perhaps you're just a little slow on connecting information together. You can keep an eye on me all you want. I'll be out of your hair soon enough anyway. All a little birdie can hope for sealing her lips is a little mercy. Come along. Even if we asked what she meant, she'll just drag us around in circles. And in the end, we'll learn nothing more. It's fine. We know more than we did before, and that has to stand for something. Besides, she's hardly the end to all of this investigation. I'm sure we can track down individuals that knew the Davide family better than anyone else. Maybe they would have some insight on what might have conspired.